Welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into the world of rare coins, focusing on the Monticello Jefferson nickel, a simple 5-cent piece that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. What makes this nickel extraordinary is not just its design featuring Thomas Jefferson and his historic home Monticello, but the incredible value that some rare editions fetch in today's market. Some Monticello nickels have been sold for millions of dollars, making them one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics. In this video we will explore which specific years and mint marks are the most valuable, the history behind these coins, and why investors and collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for them. So stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind the Monticello Jefferson nickel and its journey from everyday currency to a multimillion-dollar collectible. Let's get started. First up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel of 1994 is a 5-cent coin issued by the United States Mint that continues the long-standing tradition of honoring one of the most influential figures in American history, Thomas Jefferson. The coin features the well-known portrait of Jefferson on the obverse side, designed by Felix Schlag, which has remained a classic representation of the third president of the United States since 1938, and it is paired with the Monticello building on the reverse side, also created by Schlag, which provides a glimpse into the architectural brilliance and personal home of Jefferson, making it more than just a piece of currency but a miniature tribute to history and culture. In 1994, the United States Mint produced the Jefferson nickel in multiple facilities, with the Philadelphia P Mint mark being one of the primary sources of these coins. The P Mint mark, located subtly on the obverse side just above the date, signifies the coin was struck in Philadelphia, which adds a layer of collectability for coin enthusiasts who often seek specific mint marks as part of their collection strategies. And because the coin in question is in uncirculated condition, it means it has never been used in everyday transactions and retains its original mint luster and sharp details, making it especially desirable among collectors. The uncirculated 1994 P Jefferson nickel is significant not only for its pristine condition but also for the subtle variations and details that differentiate it from circulated coins. Over the years, the strike quality is noticeably higher, and collectors can appreciate the finely defined lines of Jefferson's hair, the lettering, the date, and the architectural details of Monticello, which can sometimes fade or become indistinct in coins that have been in circulation, adding value and historical importance to the uncirculated specimens that have survived. When evaluating the market value of the 1994 P Monticello nickel, factors such as condition, rarity, demand, and the broader context of the coin market all come into play. Coins that are graded professionally by agencies like PCGS or NGC often command higher prices because buyers have confidence in the authenticity and grade of the coin, and uncirculated examples can range in value from a few dollars for raw coins to significantly higher amounts for graded coins, especially those with perfect surfaces and exceptional eye appeal, making them a worthwhile investment for collectors and numismatists alike. The historical background of the Jefferson nickel itself is a fascinating story, beginning in 1938 when the Mint replaced the Buffalo nickel with Jefferson's portrait. After a national design competition, Jefferson was chosen for his contributions to American democracy, and the coin was intended to provide both utility and education as it circulated widely across the country, becoming a familiar piece of everyday life while also serving as a subtle reminder of the nation's rich heritage and the ideals Jefferson stood for. Monticello, the building depicted on the reverse side, adds another layer of significance to the coin. The neoclassical architecture designed by Jefferson himself reflects his love for innovation and classical design principles. The image of Monticello on the nickel has become iconic over decades and represents more than just a home. It embodies Jefferson's intellect, his agricultural and architectural interests, and the story of a man who helped shape the nation, providing a rich context for collectors who appreciate the artistry and symbolism behind each coin. Collectors today often look for Jefferson nickels from specific years and mints that are uncirculated because these coins are more likely to retain their original details and have minimal imperfections. The 1994 P nickel is a part of a series of coins from the 1990s that were produced in large numbers, yet uncirculated coins are still scarce because most coins were used in daily commerce and eventually lost their mint luster, making surviving uncirculated examples increasingly valuable and sought after in the numismatic community as collectors strive to preserve history. Another interesting aspect of the 1994 P Jefferson nickel is the subtle variations that can occur even within the same year and mint. These include minor differences in strike quality, planchet composition, and die characteristics, which can sometimes create distinct varieties that become particularly interesting to advanced collectors who enjoy studying these differences and adding them to their collections as a way of Understanding minting processes and historical coin production practices in more depth. The market for Jefferson nickels has evolved over time as collectors and investors recognize the potential value of uncirculated and rare coins. The 1994 P. Monticello nickel represents a combination of historical significance and condition rarity that can attract both beginning collectors who appreciate the story behind the coin and more advanced numismatists who are looking to fill gaps in their collections and secure high-quality examples that retain all the original luster and detail from the moment they were minted. For content, the 1994 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel offers a compelling subject because it allows creators to explore American history, design, artistry, minting techniques, and investment value all in a single video. Viewers can be educated about Jefferson himself, the story behind Monticello, the design competition of 1938, and the factors that determine coin value while being visually engaged, with high-resolution images of the coin highlighting the luster and intricate details that make uncirculated coins so special, creating content that is both informative and visually appealing. The appeal of this coin also lies in the personal connection collectors feel when holding a piece of history in their hands. Touching a coin that has never been spent and that bears the likeness of a founding father connects them to the past in a tangible way, making the Jefferson nickel more than currency. It becomes a vessel for storytelling and historical appreciation, a narrative that can easily be translated into engaging scripts that captivate audiences who may not yet be familiar with numismatics but who are drawn to history and collectible culture. In conclusion, the 1994 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition is a coin of great interest for collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. Its pristine preservation, historical significance, and aesthetic appeal make it a rare and valuable example within the broader Jefferson nickel series. By exploring the coin's background, design details, minting process, and market value, content creators can provide rich and detailed insights that educate viewers, inspire collecting, and highlight the ongoing relevance of coins as both historical artifacts and collectible treasures in the modern era. Next up, the 1995 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that carries the rich history of the United States in its small 5-cent frame, and while many may overlook it in their pocket change, this coin holds a story that dates back to the original designs of Thomas Jefferson and the iconic Monticello estate on the reverse side. This nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the D Mint mark, and collectors often seek these coins for their combination of historical significance and their condition. And even though this particular coin is in fine condition, meaning it shows moderate wear, it still retains the essential details of Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side and the Monticello building on the reverse, which makes it a worthy piece for any coin collection. The Monticello Jefferson nickel series began in 1938 and was designed by Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition, and the reverse design, which features Monticello, has remained a symbol of Jefferson's dedication to architecture and education and his influence on American history, and the 1995 D issue continues this legacy, making it part of a lineage that collectors and historians deeply appreciate. When considering the market value of the 1995 D nickel in fine condition, it is important to note that the coin is not exceedingly rare in terms of mintage, as millions were produced at the Denver Mint. However, the value is influenced by its condition and the collector demand, and while it may not reach the heights of some key date nickels, it can still fetch a respectable price, particularly among those who aim to complete the Jefferson nickel series or who specialize in 1990s coinage. The historical context of this coin is also compelling, as it was produced during a decade when the United States was transitioning economically and culturally, and the nickel represents a period of relative stability in coin production where the design remained consistent and collectors began to pay more attention to the subtle variations in mint marks and strike quality, which makes the 1995 D an interesting piece to study in comparison to both earlier and later issues. Collectors who hold the 1995 D in fine condition will notice that the obverse shows Jefferson with moderate wear on the high points of his face and hair, and while some details are softened, the overall design is still recognizable, and the Monticello on the reverse retains its architectural features, and the steps and columns are still visible, which adds to its appeal for those who appreciate coins with both history and legibility. The coin's composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel has allowed it to maintain a relatively stable appearance over the decades, and even in fine condition it does not suffer from the corrosion issues that can affect other coins, and this durability has contributed to the ability of collectors to maintain entire Jefferson nickel sets, including the 1995 D, without excessive worry about deterioration over time, which makes it a practical and historically significant collectible. In terms of pricing, the 1995 D in fine condition typically sells for a modest premium over face value, reflecting both its collectability and condition, and prices can range depending on the marketplace and the seller, and online auctions and coin shops may offer it anywhere from a few dollars to slightly more for collectors seeking to fill gaps in their Jefferson nickel collections, and the exact value can fluctuate with market interest and availability, making it important to check current listings for an accurate assessment. The allure of this nickel extends beyond monetary value, as it serves as a tangible connection to Thomas Jefferson, who was not only a founding father but also a president and architect and thinker whose ideals shaped early America, and having a coin that bears his likeness and his home Monticello allows collectors and enthusiasts to hold a piece of history in their hands and to reflect on the legacy of one of America's most influential figures. For those creating a coin collection, the 1995 D. Jefferson nickel in fine condition represents a bridge between the more common modern coins and the older rarities, and it provides an opportunity to learn about coin grading and the subtle differences in where that define categories such as fine, very fine, and uncirculated, and this educational aspect makes it a valuable coin for both beginners and seasoned numismatists who wish to deepen their understanding of coin history and preservation. Additionally, the 1995 D nickel is part of a larger story of American coinage during the late 20th century, where consistency in design and quality became hallmarks of the United States Mint, and collectors often find that tracking the subtle variations in strike quality and mint marks during this era can reveal interesting insights about minting practices and trends, and the 1995 D is a fine example of this ongoing historical narrative that continues to interest historians and collectors alike. Finally, holding a 1995 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel in fine condition invites appreciation not only for its monetary and collectible aspects but also for the artistry and symbolism it represents, and the connection to a founding father whose ideals continue to resonate in modern America, and whether displayed in a collection or passed down as a keepsake, it remains a small but significant emblem of American heritage and history. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel is a 5-cent coin from the United States, minted in 1996 at the Denver Mint, marked with a small d on the obverse side indicating its origin, and this coin is part of a long series of Jefferson nickels first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, and the design was created by Felix Schlag, who won a national competition for the design, and it features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and the iconic Monticello, the home of Jefferson, on the reverse side, making it a coin rich in American history and symbolism. The 1996 Denver Mint Monticello nickel is considered by collectors to be a standard issue coin. However, coins in rough condition are still part of the collecting world because they represent the circulation history and everyday use of currency in American life, and the wear on the coin tells a story of hands and pockets and cash registers through the decades, and each scratch or imperfection adds character and authenticity to the coin, making it more than just a 5-cent piece but a witness to everyday life in the United States. The value of a 1996 D. Jefferson nickel in rough condition is modest compared to pristine uncirculated or proof examples, yet even circulated coins can hold interest for collectors because the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, making them common yet still collectible, and depending on slight variations in strike quality errors or minor anomalies, some 1996 nickels can be worth more than face value, especially if found in collections or rolls that were not fully circulated, and the market value fluctuates according to collector demand and coin supply. The history of the Monticello nickel series is fascinating because it was commissioned to honor Thomas Jefferson and his contributions to American democracy, and the design of Monticello on the reverse is based on Jefferson's own architectural plans, and the coin has remained remarkably consistent for decades with only minor design changes, making it a symbol of continuity in United States coinage. And the nickel has survived through World War II economic changes and multiple presidential administrations, maintaining its place in American commerce and culture. Collectors of Jefferson nickels often look for specific mint marks and years that have unique characteristics, and 1996 Denver Mint issues are recognized by the small d mint mark, and while not rare in itself, the coin can be part of a larger type set or collection that seeks to acquire every mint and year combination, making each coin an important piece in a broader narrative of collecting and American numismatics. And enthusiasts value these coins not only for their monetary worth but also for the story and history they carry. In terms of coin production, the 1996 D nickel was struck from a cupronickel alloy which is 75% copper and 25% nickel, and this combination gives the coin its distinctive silver color and durability, allowing it to circulate for decades without corroding easily, and collectors appreciate the metal composition because it reflects standard practices in United States coinage and the technology and resources available at the Denver Mint at the time, contributing to the overall story of the coin's origin. The design on the obverse features a right-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson created by Felix Schlag and includes inscriptions such as "Liberty in God We Trust" and the date along with the mint mark, and the reverse shows Monticello, the home Jefferson designed and lived in for many years, with inscriptions indicating the denomination and the words "E Pluribus Unum" and United States of America, and this dual imagery captures both the man and his legacy in American history, providing a tangible link to the past for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Many collectors today emphasize the importance of condition when valuing coins, and a 1996 D Jefferson nickel in rough or heavily circulated condition will not fetch a premium price, but it still carries historical significance and can be used in educational contexts to teach about coin production, the life of Thomas Jefferson, and the evolution of United States currency, and even coins in poor condition contribute to the overall understanding of circulation patterns and the physical life of money in everyday commerce across decades of American history. The market value for rough 1996 D Jefferson nickels is generally close to face value, but specialized auctions or collectors seeking to complete sets may pay slightly more for coins that are part of a complete year set or have minor mint errors, and while these coins are not considered rare individually, they contribute to a larger numismatic ecosystem where condition scarcity and historical interest drive prices, and collectors are encouraged to preserve coins and handle them carefully to maintain their potential value over time. Many online platforms and coin dealers provide resources for collectors to identify coins like the 1996 D Jefferson nickel and to learn about grading and market trends, and collectors often compare coins using reference books and online databases to ensure they are accurately assessing condition and value, and this attention to detail helps maintain the integrity of coin collecting as a hobby and a form of historical preservation, and even a simple nickel can become part of a carefully curated collection with educational and aesthetic significance. The Jefferson Nickel series continues to be produced today, and the legacy of the 1996 D issue remains as part of that ongoing story, highlighting the continuity of United States coinage and the importance of Thomas Jefferson's contributions to the nation, and collectors often reflect on the historical context of each coin and its journey from the mint to everyday circulation and finally into collections, illustrating how ordinary currency can become extraordinary through the lens of history and numismatics, and each coin carries a piece of the American story in the palm of your hand. In conclusion, the 1996 D Monticello Jefferson nickel may appear ordinary at first glance, but it embodies decades of history, design, innovation, and cultural significance, and even in rough condition it connects collectors and enthusiasts to the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the architectural marvel of Monticello, and the evolving story of United States currency. And by appreciating these coins, we honor both the artistry of the mint and the everyday journey of money as it circulates through American life and preserves the memory of one of the nation's founding fathers for generations to come. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from the year 2000 is a remarkable piece of United States coinage that carries with it a rich history and a unique charm that collectors and enthusiasts around the world deeply appreciate. This 5-cent coin, minted in Denver, is part of the long-running series of Jefferson nickels that have been produced since 1938, and it embodies the artistry and design that has made the series so beloved by generations of coin collectors. One of the most striking features of the 2000 D Monticello nickel is its obverse, which proudly displays the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, a figure whose influence on the nation is profound and whose likeness has graced the nickel for decades. The portrait captures Jefferson in a dignified pose, reflecting the timeless values of wisdom and leadership that he represents in American history, and the design has remained largely consistent, preserving the traditional aesthetic that collectors admire. On the reverse side of the 2000 D nickel is the iconic Monticello, the Virginia estate of Thomas Jefferson, which is rendered in exquisite detail. The image of Monticello serves as a reminder of Jefferson's architectural genius and his deep connection to American heritage. The fine lines and careful engraving make the coin a small but powerful piece of art, and the reverse design has been celebrated for its clarity and elegance, making it instantly recognizable to numismatists and casual observers alike. The mint mark D indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most important facilities in the United States for coin production. The Denver Mint has a long history of crafting coins with precision and quality, and a D mint mark often carries a particular interest for collectors who seek coins from different mints to complete their collections. The 2000 D nickel is no exception, and its provenance adds to its appeal in the numismatic market. Condition plays a crucial role in the value of any coin, and the 2000 D Monticello nickel in good condition is considered a desirable specimen. While not as rare as some earlier issues, coins in good condition from this period have survived the passage of time with minimal wear, retaining much of their original luster and detail. This makes them attractive for both new collectors who want an accessible piece and seasoned numismatists seeking to maintain a high-quality collection. In terms of market value, the 2000 D Jefferson nickel is modest, but it has shown steady interest among collectors. The coin is not among the ultra-rare issues, but its historical significance and the appeal of its design make it a consistent performer in the secondary market. Prices can vary based on condition and the presence of any unique characteristics or errors, and coins in particularly good condition may fetch a premium among those seeking to acquire them for investment or personal enjoyment. The historical context of the 2000 D nickel is fascinating, as it comes at the turn of the millennium, a time of reflection and transition for the United States. The coin bridges the 20th and 21st centuries, embodying continuity and change in American coinage. The design itself speaks to the enduring respect for founding fathers and the recognition of their contributions to the nation's development, providing a tangible connection to the past and the present. Collectors often seek out the 2000 D nickel not only for its face value or condition, but also for the story it tells about American coinage in a modern era. The nickel represents a period when the United States Mint maintained traditional designs while also embracing technological advances in production, ensuring coins were struck with precision and durability, which appeals to those who value both history and quality craftsmanship in their collections. For those creating a collection, the 2000 D Monticello nickel is an excellent addition, offering a glimpse into the series that has spanned decades. Its size and accessibility make it an ideal coin for display or educational purposes, allowing enthusiasts to share the story of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello with others. The coin serves as a bridge between casual interest and serious numismatic study, encouraging deeper exploration of American history through currency. The 2000 D nickel also offers insight into the economics of coin collecting, as it illustrates how even coins of modest value can become significant over time when preserved well. Collectors learn to appreciate the nuances of mint marks, condition, and historical context, and the 2000 D nickel provides a tangible example of how these factors interact to create a compelling collecting experience that is both educational and rewarding. When examining the coin closely, one can appreciate the artistry involved in its production. The contours of Jefferson's face, the architectural details of Monticello, and the precise lettering all reflect the high standards of the United States Mint and the care taken to ensure each coin is a miniature work of art. Observing these details enhances the appreciation for the craft of coinage and the enduring legacy of the Jefferson nickel series. Finally, the 2000 D Monticello nickel stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage. Its combination of historical significance, artistic merit, and collectible value makes it an ideal subject for collectors, enthusiasts, and anyone interested in the story of the United States. The coin reminds us that even small denominations can carry immense cultural and historical weight, inspiring both admiration and curiosity among all who encounter it. Thanks for watching.